Afghan forces have hit back at the Taliban's rising assaults across several key cities in Afghanistan. The Afghan government bombed Taliban positions after the insurgents swarmed major cities. Hundreds of commandos were deployed to the western city of Herat, while authorities in the southern city of Lashkar called for more troops to rein in the assaults. Afghan airstrikes left scores dead. Humanitarian organisation Emergency said its hospital in Lashkar was 90% full after receiving dozens of casualties. In another day of dramatic clashes between the insurgents and Afghan forces, fighting continued on Herat's outskirts overnight, with airstrikes targeting Taliban positions. Herat provincial governor's spokesperson Jailani Farhad said around 100 Taliban fighters had been killed in the attacks. The Ministry of Defence has also said that hundreds of commandos had been sent to Herat to help beat back the insurgent assault. Afghan army spokesperson Ajmal Omar Shinwari said that 3 provinces, Herat, Helmand and Kandahar, are under emergency, but the troops are ready to fight back.
ما کوشش‌های زیاد کردیم که از مردم حفاظت کنیم. طالبان اکثرا در خانه‌های ملکی پناه بردن و از اونجا می‌خواهند که حمله کنند و حمله هم کردند. ما عملیات ما را بسیار با دقت انجام میدیم تا از تلفات ملکی جلوگیری شود.
Flights out of Kandahar were suspended after 2 rockets hit the runway before dawn. Kandahar is Afghanistan's second largest city and a former stronghold of the insurgents. The Taliban claimed the attack, saying government warplanes were bombarding their positions. Flights resumed later on Sunday after the runway was repaired. The Taliban's rapid territorial gains during the final stages of the US military withdrawal have been in largely sparsely populated rural areas. In recent weeks, Taliban has brought increasing pressure on provincial capitals and seized key border crossings. Even in the final stages of withdrawal, the US military has also carried out airstrikes against the Taliban to help the Afghan forces keep the insurgents from overrunning urban areas. Despite the risk of hitting civilians in heavily populated areas, Afghan security forces have also increasingly relied on airstrikes to push terrorists back from the cities. The government has repeatedly dismissed the steady gains. The Taliban have retained seized Afghan cities only briefly in the past.
They attacked the security forces, they tried to overrun the territories. The province of Laghman is manned by the Afghan police. Most of these attacks by the Taliban come in late in the night. Anas Malik in Laghman, Afghanistan for WION World is One.
For weeks, WION's Anas Malik has been on the ground in Afghanistan. In this latest report, he travelled to the province of Laghman, which is just 150 kilometres away from Kabul. There too, the Taliban has made territorial gains. The terror group control 3 out of the 5 districts of the strategically important province, as Anna Malik reports.
Laghman. The province is known for its lushness. It has sizable tracts of irrigated land, and one can see stretches of fields of fruits and vegetables during the journey across Laghman. As you exit the city of Kabul, mobile networks fade away. In between, you would find plenty of scenic views. One would have to take the Kabul-Jalalabad highway for the province. It lies in between. Halfway through on the road, and one would find the Naglu Dam.
Behind me is the Naglu Dam. The turquoise blue water is said to be coming from the river of Kabul. This serves as a major water reservoir for the people of Afghanistan.
The entire highway is manned by checkposts, both by the Afghan army and the Afghan police. Afghan army has also stationed its Hummer vehicles, better known as Humvees, at blind spots.
Usually these mountains, these rugged mountains, are taken as a cover by terrorists. They come down from the mountains, they try to overrun the city and then try to flee back to the mountains. So they've been stationed at these blind spots in order to thwart any terror-linked activity any activity by terror-linked elements with regards to the city's takeover or with regards to kidnaps as well. They've been, the Afghan army has been stationed at the highway all along from Kabul all the way to Laghman.
The province has repeatedly come under attack by the Taliban because of its strategic importance given the proximity it shares with the capital city of Kabul. It is located in the east of Afghanistan. Just before you enter the capital city of Mehterlam, there is a police checkpoint which physically checks all cars going in and out.
The entrance to Mehterlam, the capital of the province of Laghman, is manned by the Afghan police. They physically check each and every car going in or coming out of the territory for the fact that 3 out of the 5 districts of this province are ruled by the Taliban.
The scene in the city, which runs for about 6 kilometers on the road with its hustle and bustle, is in stark contrast to where we have traveled from.
I'm standing in Mehterlam, the provincial capital of the province of Laghman. Mehterlam is about 150 kilometers from the Afghan capital city of Kabul. It's a 3-hour drive which has a major Pashtun population. There are 5 districts in the province of Laghman. 3 among those 5 are being ruled by the Taliban. There have been multiple attacks by the Taliban to take over the territory of Mehterlam, but they have been thwarted time and again. I'm standing in the main bazaar. You can see there are people, there's life that's going on as usual. We went to a point there where the Taliban have had a check post over there, and beyond that, it's their territory. This is the main chalk or the main circle of the government of Laghman, which is known as Chalk Vilayat Mehterlam.
Just 6 kilometers beyond is the last checkpoint, beyond which the Afghan government-controlled territory ends. We were advised not to go beyond the checkpoint.
To the north of this capital, or to the north of this province, is Nuristan, and to the east is the province of Kunar. Both are the hotbed of Taliban and the Islamic State, both. There has been fighting, there has been repeated attacks. Beyond this checkpost that is behind me, which has the Afghan flag, is where the Taliban rule the territory. Beyond this, it's not safe. We've been advised to not travel beyond this point. There have been attacks repeatedly on the capital of Mehterlam, on the capital of Laghman, the city of Mehterlam, where I'm standing, by the Afghan Taliban, but the Afghan Taliban have not been able to take absolute control of Laghman province itself. It has 5 districts and a majority Pashtun population. There have been attacks in and out, and locals tell me that most of these attacks take place in the night. During the day, it's safe to travel.
We decided to take a drive to witness what is beyond this checkpoint. About 100 meters apart lay a pile of rubble on the main road. The locals said that this demarcation was done by the Taliban. It was their checkpoint where at a time only one car could pass through from either of the sides. After a short drive, we decided to head back to the city center to witness the contrast of the life that goes on just some meters ahead of Taliban-controlled territory. The locals fear the Taliban. They fear the wrath of the militant group, fear it enough to speak on camera about it. There have been attacks by the militant groups during the night. The Taliban control at least 3 out of the 5 districts of the province and have a shadow body to oversee matters of the province. Off camera, they hope that the government acts so that the gains of the past 20 years are not undone. With Anas Malik in Afghanistan, Bureau Report, WION World is One.